Lurking in the dark depths of the ocean, a creature straight out of a nightmare walks. With spindly legs spanning over 12 feet and a body the size of a grown man, this bizarre creature of the deep defies all expectations. Welcome to the world of the Japanese spider crab, the largest living arthropod on the planet and one of the strangest deep-sea creatures you'll ever lay eyes on. First things first, let's dive into the extraordinary physique of this deep-sea behemoth. To begin with, these crabs are simply massive. Their leg spans can reach an astonishing 12 feet from claw to claw, making them the largest living arthropods on the planet. That's nearly the size of a small car. Their carapaces, the hard upper shell that encases their bodies, can grow up to 16 inches wide, while their whole bodies can weigh in at a hefty 42 pounds. But it's not just their sheer size that's jaw-dropping. The Japanese spider crab has a truly alien-like appearance, with a spiky, mottled carapace and a set of long, spindly legs that give it an almost arachnid-like look. In fact, their segmented legs and crab-like body shape are what earned them the spider crab moniker. These legs aren't just for show either. They're incredibly strong and equipped with sharp claws that can deliver a painful pinch. One of the most distinctive features of the Japanese spider crab is its unique molting process. As these crabs grow, they need to periodically shed their exoskeletons to allow for expansion. This molting can take up to 100 minutes, during which the crab becomes completely immobilized and vulnerable. During this time, they lose all mobility and their new soft shell slowly hardens. It's a remarkable adaptation, but also a dangerous time in the life of these deep-sea creatures. Another fascinating aspect of the Japanese spider crab's anatomy is its camouflage capabilities. While juveniles will often adorn their shells with sponges, algae, and other materials for concealment, adults rely more on the natural texture and coloration of their carapaces to blend into the rocky seafloor. Their bumpy, mottled shells provide effective camouflage, helping them avoid detection by potential predators. While the Japanese spider crab's physical attributes are certainly remarkable, what's even more fascinating is how this colossal creature thrives in the harsh, unforgiving realm of the deep ocean. Plumbing the depths of up to 1970 feet, these giants of the crustacean world have developed a remarkable array of survival strategies to contend with the challenges of their underwater domain. One of the key factors enabling the Japanese spider crab's survival is its ability to tolerate the extreme cold of its preferred habitat. These crabs are typically found at depths around 300 meters, where the water temperature hovers around a chilly 50 degrees. Yet they've evolved the capacity to not only withstand these frigid conditions, but even to thrive in them. Their bodies are adapted to efficiently regulate their internal temperatures, keeping their vital processes running smoothly even in the icy deep. Interestingly, the Japanese spider crab's larval stages are actually found much closer to the surface, in warmer waters between 12 to 15 degrees. As they grow and mature, they gradually migrate down to the colder, deeper regions where the adults make their home. This adaptation allows the juveniles to take advantage of the more plentiful food sources and reduced predation risk found in the shallows, before transitioning to the harsher but less competitive depths below. Of course, the deep ocean is a treacherous place, and the Japanese spider crab has its fair share of predators to contend with. But this crab's massive size and tough, spiny exoskeleton provide it with a formidable defense against would-be attackers. While juveniles may decorate their shells with sponges and other materials for added camouflage, the adults rely more on their sheer bulk and intimidating appearance to deter predators. And when it comes to feeding, the Japanese spider crab has evolved a remarkably adaptable strategy. These crustaceans are true opportunistic omnivores, scavenging for a wide variety of dead and decaying matter on the seafloor, from fish and invertebrates to plant material. But they'll also occasionally hunt for small prey, using their massive claws to pry open the shells of mollusks or tear through seaweed. This flexibility in their diet gives them a distinct advantage in the resource-scarce deep-sea environment. While the Japanese spider crab's physical attributes and survival strategies are undoubtedly impressive, the true marvel lies in the extraordinary journey of its life cycle. From the moment these crustaceans hatch as tiny, drifting larvae to the day they reach their massive adult size, their development is a captivating story of adaptation and resilience. The reproductive process of the Japanese spider crab begins, with the adults migrating to shallower waters during the early spring, typically between January and April. This is when mating occurs, with the males depositing sperm packets directly into the females' abdomens. The females then carry the fertilized eggs attached to their abdominal appendages until they hatch. And boy, do they hatch. A single female can lay up to 1.5 million eggs per season. But the journey for these young crabs is only just beginning. After hatching, the larvae enter a series of 4 distinct developmental stages, each one more remarkable than the last. First comes the prezoal stage, which lasts mere minutes as the hatchling sheds its initial cuticle and emerges as a tiny, transparent being. From there, the larvae progress through 2 zoil stages and a megalopa stage, each one influenced by the surrounding water temperature. The zoil stages, which can last between 7 to 18 days, see the larvae transform from their initial diminutive form into slightly larger, more defined creatures. It's during the megalopa stage that the real magic happens. For 25 to 45 days, the larvae drift near the ocean surface, their bodies slowly transitioning into the distinctive crab-like shape we recognize. All the while, they're at the mercy of ocean currents, relying on the warmth of the upper layers to fuel their development. Eventually, the megalopa larvae settle to the seafloor, where they undergo a final metamorphosis into their juvenile crab form. From there, the young crabs begin their slow but steady march towards adulthood, migrating deeper and deeper as they grow. It's a perilous journey, as the survival rate plummets from an already low 70% in the first zoil stage to just 30% by the time the megalopa larvae reach maturity. But those that do survive are truly the fittest. As they reach their full size over the course of decades, the Japanese spider crabs develop the remarkable adaptations that allow them to thrive in the cold, dark realm of the deep ocean. Their massive claws, hardy exoskeletons, and ability to camouflage themselves all emerge as the result of this arduous life cycle. Beneath the surface of its spiny, otherworldly exterior lies a complex web of behaviors and interactions that offer a glimpse into the secret life of this remarkable crustacean. For starters, the Japanese spider crab is renowned for its surprisingly gentle disposition, despite its ferocious appearance. These massive creatures are not aggressive hunters, preferring instead to scavenge the seafloor for dead and decaying matter. In fact, reports from marine biologists suggest that the Japanese spider crab is quite docile, even when handled by humans. Its powerful claws, while capable of delivering a painful pinch, are more often used for defensive than offense. But the crab's gentle nature belies its shrewd survival tactics. One of the most fascinating behaviors exhibited by the Japanese spider crab is its use of camouflage. While juveniles are known to actively decorate their shells with sponges, algae, and other materials, adult crabs rely more on the natural texture and coloration of their carapaces to blend seamlessly into the rocky ocean floor. This cryptic coloration and bumpy, irregular shell provide effective concealment, helping the crabs avoid detection by potential predators. Interestingly, the process by which these crabs acquire and arrange their camouflaging materials is quite remarkable. Using their long, slender chelipeds, claw-bearing appendages, the crabs carefully select and manipulate items from the seafloor, twisting and tearing them off to be attached to their own shells. They then use a combination of mechanical adhesion and secreted substances to firmly secure the materials in place, allowing them to regenerate and continue providing effective camouflage. But the Japanese spider crab's behavioral repertoire extends far beyond its mastery of camouflage. These crustaceans are also renowned for their unique molting process, which can take up to 100 minutes to complete. During this time, the crab becomes completely immobilized, shedding its old exoskeleton and allowing a new, larger shell to harden. It's a remarkable adaptation that enables the crab to grow, but also leaves it vulnerable to predation. Even the crab's social interactions are fascinating to observe. While generally solitary, these massive crustaceans have been known to congregate in groups, particularly during their annual spawning migrations to shallower waters. Scientists have speculated that these gatherings may serve purposes ranging from mating to resource sharing, offering a glimpse into the complex social dynamics of the deep-sea world. As we've seen, the Japanese spider crab is a truly remarkable creature, a living fossil that has managed to thrive in the harsh, unforgiving realm of the deep ocean for millions of years. But despite its impressive adaptations and resilience, this huge crustacean now faces a new threat: the impact of human activity. In recent decades, the catch of Japanese spider crabs has declined significantly, with populations plummeting due to the pressures of overfishing. These massive crabs are highly prized as a delicacy in Japan, and the demand for them has led to unsustainable harvesting practices that have taken a toll on their numbers. To combat this threat, conservation efforts have been put in place to protect the Japanese spider crab and ensure its survival in the years to come. One of the primary methods being used is the restocking of artificially cultured juvenile crabs in key fisheries. By replenishing the population with young, resilient individuals, scientists and policymakers hope to help the species rebound and rebuild its numbers. Additionally, the Japanese government has enacted laws that prohibit the harvesting of Japanese spider crabs during their critical mating season, which typically runs from January through April. This measure is designed to give the crabs a chance to spawn and reproduce without the added pressure of commercial fishing, allowing their natural populations to grow and thrive. But the challenges facing the Japanese spider crab go beyond just overfishing. Climate change and its associated impacts, such as ocean warming and acidification, also pose a significant threat to this deep-sea dweller. As the waters of its habitat undergo these dramatic changes, the crab's delicate balance of adaptations may be thrown out of whack, potentially disrupting its ability to thrive. Consequently, ongoing research and monitoring of the Japanese spider crab's populations and environmental conditions are crucial to ensuring its long-term survival. Scientists are working to better understand the complex interplay of factors that govern the crab's life cycle and habitat preferences, in the hopes of developing more targeted and effective conservation strategies. Ultimately, the fate of the Japanese spider crab rests in the hands of both policymakers and the public. The Japanese spider crab is a truly jaw-dropping creature, a living fossil that has managed to thrive in the harsh, unforgiving realm of the deep ocean for millions of years. If you want to see more mind-blowing deep-sea creatures like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss what other wonders and horrors the ocean has in store.